Hello, this is Kalee from the Healing Sound Arts program. How are you today? I hope you're all well. I really want to say thank you for showing up here to watch my videos. I really do appreciate you. And today I wanted to talk a little bit about a simple reset with sound where we can release and let go and more easily manifest our desires and just allow them to come to us rather than feeling like we have to work so hard. You know, life on the planet is definitely different. There are more people awakened now than ever. There's a lot more consciousness here, and there is a different way to manifest and achieve our desires. And I've noticed this with my own manifestations, and I know that the old way is very different from this present way, which is the new way, the new earth way. We'll just call it that. So a lot of people, when they manifest their desires, they really focus on it. And they can get so focused that they're gripping it and hanging on to it and try to control it. And the big thing about manifestation is when you feel stuck, it's not happening, and you're probably trying too hard. And then there's this idea of just letting go and releasing and not caring about any outcome. And I know that seems like a paradox. And when you see a paradox, you're usually in the right place. So it's like we want something to happen. We want it to happen the way that we want it to happen. But we forget that there could be a better, more bountiful, more graceful way that something can happen. And we have to just align with the highest and allow it to flow through and attract into our life without really trying to attract it. So the way this happens is through the heart. And so on this new earth and this new way of manifestation, we manifest from the heart, and we become super manifestors from being in the heart and tuning into those frequencies that are already there and just feeling them and allowing that frequency field to build, and then allowing the manifestation of what we want to create to kind of flow into our lives. We have to come to a point where we might have an action, or we might have something happening, an event where we think this might be the step to have that manifestation come right in. And we have to completely, when we're in that place, just let go of the outcome. And it's almost as if you just don't care. Either way, you just have to be able to let go of that. And it may be difficult, but I know when I first started learning, the law of attraction and manifestation and all of these, learning all the tools and the step-by-step formula for this, I remember hearing people say, you have to let go. You have to just not care anymore. I mean, yes, feel into the frequency, but don't get so caught up in the details. Don't get so caught up in how it has to happen, but just release it, And one way you can do this is to just tune in and then just do your work, your visualization, feel into it, and then just let it go. I mean, some people would call this just giving it to God, You just give it to the universe and say, here's my preference. This is what I'd really like to see happen. And you just let go. I can give you an example of this. So I run a program called the Healing Sound Arts program, and I teach people how to become sound healers. I certify them, and I also help them. I also help with bringing out their gifts so that they can go out there and become the healer that they really already are. They just need a coach or a guide to bring them over to the other side and start working with this. I take calls for this because it's a small program, and it's all about the quality of a person who comes in and not the quantity. I have never been one motivated by money. Never, never. I mean, when I was a child, I had a sister, and she was very motivated by money, and whatever the chore was, she'd go do it to see how much money she could gain, and then she'd be really good at saving it. And I always was like, how does she do that? How does she do that? But I was never motivated by money. Now, if somebody would have said to me, like my mom, she would have said, now, if you go into the living room and dust the living room and straighten up the living room, you'll see about 10 angels in the room. I for sure would have gone into that room and dusted and cleaned, because cleanliness is next to godliness. And I would have done my chore and just to behold the angels. So we're all motivated by different things, and money isn't bad. I got over my money issues a long time ago. It's just never been a motivator for me. So I have these calls, and it's the quality of the person. It's the soul song that they're singing. It's how they're going to work in my program and how they're going to be dedicated to the work, and if it's right for them, and if I can really help them, and if we really connect on a soul level. Because otherwise, it's not good for them to come into my program. So when I do these calls, it's all about letting go. I don't have any expectation at all. I just say, okay, I'm going to do my call. I'm going to tune into their energy. I'm going to see how I can help them. And I'm going to feel the resonance. Feel the resonance of the person, of the soul. Is this the right contract for each of us? And that's what I mean by quality. I don't take everyone into my program. It's just about the quality and not quantity. So I only take a handful of people on, and that's okay with me. And if someone calls, I don't get like, oh, this person could come in, and what can I do to like get them, to come in or make them want to come in. It's never anything like that. It's always like, I don't care. They come in or they don't come in, and then we see what happens. So that's an example of where I'm at. So I thought I'd use that as an example. So if you can practice this, it will really help your manifestation a lot. And we manifest now from the heart. It's the feelings from the heart that ripples out. And let me tell you, sound healers, if you're a sound healer and you're playing Crystal Singing Bowl and you've got the heart open wide and you're tuning into those frequencies, of love and joy and abundance and those like really high, awesome frequencies, and even gratitude is a good one. You're tuning into that, and it's your heart is expanding, and it's just rippling out of your arms and your hands as you're playing your bowl. You can even send that into the environment and play with that energy and just feel into it. And like that is how something can really manifest fast, when we work from our heart and we tune into those frequencies, the frequencies of what we want to experience in our manifestation. It's not anymore about, okay, it's step by step and it has to be this step before that step. It doesn't have to be A, B, and C anymore. It can be C, Z, B, as long as you're coming from the heart and you're aligned with the highest and you just completely let go and not care about what's going to happen with this one move you're making or this one action that you're making. Just let it go and feel the frequency and become that. Become that and let everything else go. You will manifest. So I want to just show you a simple reset with the voice. If you're feeling like, you're kind of stuck in your manifestation process or creating something, this is a practice of letting go and surrendering, okay? So I want you to be in a place where you can do some vocal toning, which means you just singing with your voice without words. And I want you to just sit in a quiet place and just take a nice deep breath. And you want to have the intention of just letting go and releasing. And we're going to sound it out on a hum. Now, if you tune into the feeling with an open heart and you hum it out and just with the intention to let go and release. Like you don't care what happens with this next, move that you're making toward your manifestation. You will create much faster, and you'll manifest things. You'll start to manifest, and perhaps because you've been manifesting like the old way, you'll be really surprised at how good this can work for you. So give it a try, and you may want to hum for a while longer. I was just showing you how to do it. It doesn't have to be loud, but it's just with the intention, with an open heart, and you can tune into the frequency of what you are creating and how you want to feel. So let me know how this works for you. Thanks again for being here, and if you're on YouTube, please subscribe to my channel if you're new here, and please click the like and share this video with someone who may need some help with their manifestation.